Hello, my rosettes and other folks. This is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today we're going to make the pair of earrings that we had planned on making on our live on Wednesday, but didn't quite have the time for. So this is going to use these pretty copper chandeliers from Bead Box Bargains and a lot of other odds and end things, mainly from Bead Box Bargains. So let's turn down and I'll get those made. Here are our chandelier pieces, and then here's our odds and end other pieces. Let's divide these into two parts so we can just get one done first. We've got a couple of eye pins for each one. One of each of these colored fruit pieces for each one. Two of these leaves for each one. And two of this style of leaf for each one, and each one has one of each of these for each one. Well, we need two of these, but only one of each of these for each one. So these items, and of course that ear wire, can all go back into our tray. We'll get to those when we get to that point where we need to put the second one together. So what we're going to do is we're going to take up, I need some little copper jumprings. We'll get those in a minute. We're going to take one of these eye pins, and we're going to go down the middle here, and we're going to put this one leaf on here, and then we're going to loop the other side and put one of our fruit down here. The other two fruit are going to go on either one of these loops here. And I may take just a teeny bit of chain to bring these down below this leaf a little bit so that they're right here. We'll see what we decide to do. But then up here at the top, we're going to put this here, and we're going to put this one, the divider bead, and this bead going up here and then to our ear wire. Now that is going to make it a pretty long earring. We could quit and just use the chandelier portion, but we'll see. The first thing we want to do is, like I say, we're going to wind this up. And actually, no, I was thinking I might flip the leaf around so that these would maybe hit slightly different spot, but we're good where we're at. So we're just going to open this loop up on this side, put it on the bottom of our chandelier here, and close it back up. Then we'll put our leaf down here. And we have a choice here. We can do a simple loop like we have here, or we can do a wrapped loop. Now, if I do a simple loop, I can put the bead directly onto it. If I do a wrapped loop, I'll probably want to do a jump ring, but I could put this on as I make it. But I think we're going to just do a simple loop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this wire off and put my finger here. And I'm going to cut this extra bit of wire off. Then I'm going to take my bell making pliers. And I'm going to wrap this up. Now I think I'm probably going to have more wire than I need here for a simple wrap, as you can see. So we're going to just keep wrapping it and make it into the same way as those others are. It is now more of a split ring type wrap. And we could wrap it a little bit more, but first I'm going to put the bend down in the bottom here so that we have it going the proper direction. So then we'll get back in here and wrap it some more. But it looks like it slipped out of its bend, so we'll put the bend back in place. Now, because that did wrap as a jump, as a split, we're going to have to sort of open our split up some. It still is open a little bit, to slide our fruit piece on. So we're just gonna, oh, that is bending that. We don't want to do that. So I am going to cut that extra little bit off that makes the, turns it into a split. And we're going to open it so that we can put the fruit on here without damaging the fruit piece up. So there we go. We'll close that loop back up. I'm going to make sure it is. It looks good. Now the next step is to get some jump rings and put these little guys on. Now as you can see, they're hitting into the leaf. So I'm probably going to do a series, maybe a series of 2 or 3 of my tiny jump rings, so that I'm making my own chain to finish that up. I don't actually think these are antique copper. I think they're one of the antique bronze. But they're in close enough that I think I'm going to use them for this anyway. I'm not sure how many I'm going to want, so I'm just going to open a few of them up. I may want 3 rather than just 2. These are Tinky Tots, the tiny size, 4mm, and I'm going to use at least 2. I didn't want, I could have used, I have some 6 that are definitely antique copper, but I wanted this chain-like part to be a little smaller than that. So we're going to see how this one's going to lay if I put it just with these 2. Come on, baby. I think it needs 3. So we'll pull this one back off here. Well, actually, we'll just pull our fruit piece off it here. Well, whichever wants to come off. And I will, oops, now it came off. So we're going to put this one back on here, and I'm going to close it, because the third one, which is what we're going to go with, I think, can go through both of these, and we don't have to fight that loop to get the third one on. Or to get the, to get the fruit back on here. So we're going to open this third one up. It's going to go through the loop of the one we left on the ring, and then the loop, the jump ring that's on the fruit. And then we'll close that up. And hopefully that will be long enough then. Yeah, I think that'll work. We could put 4 in and make it drop down further, but I think the 3 is all right because it's now coming down to the base of the leaf. 4 might be better. Because they're tiny, so 4 might be better. Let's put 4 on the other side. See what we think of the 4 as opposed to 3. If we like the 4, then we'll add a 4th one over onto the other side. So I'm going to put one right onto the chandelier to start with. And since I'm only putting it through the chandelier right now, I don't have to worry about fighting to get it through because we've only got the one thing. So now we're going to just bring these down until we get 4 of them. Well, we'll get 3, and then the 4th one will have the fruit. And then we'll see how it hangs. Come on, go through. There we go. Now, when we get to doing the top, if we decide that these will be too long with the top on there, we can always refrain from putting the top pieces on. We don't have to have those leaves there. I just thought they would add a little something to it. So we'll see what we decide when we get to that point. I like my earrings about 3 inches long, sometimes a little longer, but 3 inches for sure. Not all people like that long of an earring, though. For instance, my daughter doesn't. She likes hers to be about 1 inch or less. But then she works as a nurse and she can't wear the longer ones at work anyway. So that works out. Okay. Yeah, I think I like the 4 better. See how this one now is sitting just right at the base of this? And I like the length better. Though frankly, if I wanted to, because I don't care if they're exactly the same, if I go and make the other earring like this with the red one on the where it would be the inside of your ear and the yellow one on the outside, it doesn't have to be exactly alike. And in fact, I think we're going to do that. We're just going to make, when we make this second one, we'll make sure that the red one has 4 and the yellow one has 3. So actually, we can drop 3 for the yellow one. And 4 for the red one in the bin, and then we have them all ready when we go to make our second earring. So now we've got the base part done. That cute? I think I'm going to call these fruit salad. And then we're going to open up our simple loop on this other eye pin. And we're going to slide our earring on and close it up. Let's measure how long these are from here to here. And if it's, come on, pliers, get out of my way. See, this is the longest, and it is about 2.5 inches right there. So we probably only want, you know, another maybe 1/2 inch here. So what I was going to do is put this little sideways leaf on here so it matches the sideways leaves down here. Then we're going to put this spacer in here and this other leaf. Now I think we're getting too long. Let's check it again. Now see, we're 3 and almost about 3 1/4. So now we're hitting shoulder duster length, and we do have to have our loop and our ear wire here, which is going to create a little bit more distance here. Even if I were to just do a simple loop and put my ear wire directly on it, which we could do, we're right there at our max length we want to be. So one of the things I could do is change this little bead out right here. Just find like just a little spacer. See, it's going to have a little space there because they this one is got that outer curve. So if I got just maybe just a tiny daisy spacer and put right here, we would have less, we'd fill up that little bit of space some, but we'd have less of a signature there. And that just makes it just about 3. So let's go get a little daisy spacer instead of this square spacer, and then we'll decide if we want to put a simple loop at the top here, since we've got simple loops throughout, or if we want to do a wrapped loop. I will probably do a simple loop in this case. Got this little guy here, so we'll pull our leaf off here, drop this guy on here, and then put our leaf back. See how that looks? I really wish I had some ball spacers in this color. But I'm not sure I like that daisy spacer in there. And because we are getting a little long, I think I may just put just the leaf here. I do like this little sideways leaf, but I don't think it's a necessity. And like I say, well, let's see if I like the little sideways one better than the... You know, I think we're going to go with the little sideways one. Okay, now that we've decided that we're just going to put this little sideways leaf on here, we need to decide how we're going to do this top. We can either make it a wrapped loop, or we can do a simple loop. And if we do a simple loop, we can just open the loop up and put our ear wire on. And since I'm thinking I'm going to just do a simple loop, I'm just going to do the bend right here, really close. It actually could be closer, but it's not. And then we're going to cut some of this off. We're going to leave about 1/2 inch. Then I'm going to take my pliers. We're going to go in here and we're going to wrap this baby up. Now, as you can see, I bent it to the side for one thing. This is too long. So we're going to, and I've got this sideways to the way I want it. So we're going to cut some more of our wire off. I'm going to guesstimate between here and here how much extra we have. So then I'm going to cut that much off our loop and get in here and finish our loop up. So there we are. Backwards. That's right. Now I do have more wire in here than I really want, and we're not quite where it needs to be for this, the wire, because it's not quite. See, I need this. This is going this direction. We need this one to go the other direction. So we're going to need to take this and twist it. This copper, these antique copper pieces are very stiff. I think they might be steel. So we're going to have to take this baby and twist it around. Now it's still not quite where I want it, so we're going to get in here and we're going to break the top off. These are not the best, obviously, these pieces of wire, so I'm going to just cut this off. And since it seems to want to keep breaking, I'm thinking I'm just going to jump ring this on. That was, incidentally, that was the third one that broke. I have just been not leaving them there. Come on, you, sit right. I'm just going to jump ring our ear wire on. We'll need 2 little jump rings to do that. And then I may hook this side piece onto a jump ring and put it so it dangles like that. So because I'm going to put this, and the heads are 2 different directions, we need 2 of these jump rings to put them on. And I'm thinking I will use one little one and a medium one, and I'll probably need a medium one for our leaf. So we'll get a couple of medium ones out, see how that works. And I'm going to put the medium one at the bottom. Go through here. And then our tiny one. Behave you. We'll go through the medium and through the ear wire. Check to make sure you got it facing the right direction. Close her up. Now, as you can see, it goes like so. And we could be done here if we wanted to be, but we want to see if we can get this little sideways leaf, if we could use a medium one. And we go through, see if it'll let us go through its loop here. I don't think it wants to do that. We may need to use a large one in order to do that, because it doesn't look like it wants to cooperate with a small one, and we might try a large one. We'll see what we decide to do here. But I really would like it to dangle here. Though, frankly, the large ones are pretty heavy-duty wire, and I'm not sure that it will go through the bead. So let's find out. No, it won't. See how it's fighting going through the bead here? And frankly, the bead looks like I may have chipped it. So this one won't go through. It's too big, too thick. And this one I think is too small. Well, actually, maybe it will. I just needed to get it to sit just right. Now we have to see what it looks like when we put it on to the other. Oh, come on, let me get hold of that side. There we go. Close it up. Now, how does that look? Oh, that looks pretty good. I like it. So there we go. There is this earring finished. Isn't that cute? Now we're going to finish the second one, do the second one, but it's going to go opposite how we did this one as far as the bottom is concerned. So we'll dump our goodies out here. We don't need this second wire, though we may, because the way these have been breaking. And we do need to, we're going to do this baby first. So we'll open this one up. Put it on our the middle of our chandelier and close it back up. It always weirds me out when I have these break. This one feels pretty strong. But I can already tell you if we played with it too much, it would not be very strong. It would break too. So bend this here. Now you could use your one-step looper on this one if you wanted to. Let's see if I've got mine close by here. Here it is. And we can just feed the wire up and through here. And actually, I shouldn't have bent that, but let's get it right up to through the hole over here. Get this bead right up to where this one clipper place is right here, and bring it around. Ding, there we go. There's our loop done. Now it's slightly open, and that's fine because we need to put our grapes on anyway, or a plum, or whatever you want to call this purple. And then we're going to bring this up and around, and I'm going to get my teeny needle nose pliers and bring her, come on you, get out of the way, up just a hair. So she's closed. So there is our middle piece all done. The one-step looper made that pretty simple. I've got it crooked here though, so I'm going to straighten it. Let's see, is it straight? I think she still might be just a touch crooked to the other side. So we'll straighten her just a bit more. Okay. So now if you'll recall, we don't need these guys because we're not using them. Or these either. We went and we took our yellow one and put 3 little jumprings on. And then the red one we put 4 on. Well, because I want these to be sort of opposite, we're going to put the 4 on the red, but instead of going on this side, it's going to go over here on this side, and the yellow will have the 3 and go on this side. This, of course, needs to go onto one of the medium jump rings so that it can go here. We need 2 more medium jump rings, as a matter of fact. So we'll have to get those out. But in the meantime, let's do these guys up. Now I'm going to start by putting the one that goes in the chandelier in, because it's going to have another piece in it, and it becomes sort of difficult to put the 2 pieces in at the same time. So we're going to just do the chandelier one to start with, and we'll do that on both sides. Now, as I said, this is going to have 3 jump rings on one side. Oh, come on, stop being difficult. And that's why we did the one with just the chandelier first, because it wants to fight even just putting the second one here into it. So there's 2. And we'll put 2 on the other side. In fact, when we put this one in, we'll put the other... Nope, not this one. It's the other side. I was going to say we'll put them together. But this is the one where the orange one is going to go. So when we put this next one in with the orange, we'll put them both, the orange and onto the loop. So open this baby up. Go through the loop onto this side over here, because we're going opposite to the other one, remember? And then we're going to put the orange on and close it up. So that side has the 3 now. And now this side, like this side over here, now this other side needs the 4. We've got 2 on right now. So we'll put the 3rd. I don't know what it is about this side that wants to be so argumentative. There we go. There's jump ring number 3. And now we need to put the 4th one with our red bead on. Now, I'm calling the red bead an apple, but not necessarily. You know, it could be a cherry or something like that. Just a red fruit. Then we'll close that. And our bottom is done. So here's our top, our finished one, and here's our bottom one. And this, you can see I have them going opposite. Now I need to get 2 more medium jump rings out, because I didn't get 2 more earlier. And we'll put the top together. Okay, so I've got some round. I'm not sure if I do have a smaller size or a bigger size, but I think we're going to go for the bigger size, because I'm fairly positive those will work, but I'm not sure about the other. So I got 2 out, as you can see, and I'm going to, since I want our earrings to be matching, of course, I'm going to get this one open. Oh dear, what is your problem? This is a round one, it should go through. But it doesn't look like it even wants to barely start. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's see if the little one would work better, because it looks like it's thinner. Let's see, I've got both thinner and thicker round ones here. See what we can do here. This is definitely thinner. I could feel it move really easily. But even it doesn't want to work. See, it's going most of the way and then it just stops. So, since I do want that on there, I'm going to do another trick. Yeah, see, this one has a little breakout on the edge here. And I don't want to break the other one to make it fit. I really do want this to work, and I don't know why it won't. It's giving me flack all over the place. That won't go in is the problem with that one. How many of these buggers do I have open? Oh, that one was the oval one. So now this big one would work really nicely, except for the wire is too thick. It won't go through. The oval worked with the original one, but the reason for that is because the bead has got a chip in it. And so we're not wanting to work. So what I'm going to do is sort of a controversial thing, but I'm going to take this one back off because it is chipped, and well, you can barely see it, but it won't work with this oval, and I'm going to do something a little different anyway. So we'll get a new bead to replace our broken one here. Take this one off. I'm going to throw this one away because it is broken. And what I'm going to do is get a new one out for one thing so that we don't have broken one. There we go. And I'm going to make what is called a triangular bell. And to do that, you take your wire. I think I threw away the broken pieces, which is a pity. And you just do a bend like so. And then you're going to take another bend and do it right here. Actually, I probably should have done that first bend first so I could just make a series of bends. Then we're going to bend this one in about the same place as that other side, and it's going to bend over here. Now we're going to cut this piece off right here. And now we have a triangular jump ring. And I'm probably going to want to trim this down a little bit because it's going to be too big inside our bead. So I am going to trim so that both sides are a little bit like so. See, now we've made a triangle. Now I'm going to bring these apart some, and we're going to slide our bead in. Come on, go in. There we go. Came back out again. Then we're going to push the sides together. Now, because I want, well, I can open up that jump ring. We're going to put that on the jump ring, but we need this second side here to move back up into place. See, I've got it sideways here. We're going to move it back up into place, and then we're going to push our bail here together. We want the triangles to come together as much as possible so that they form a sort of bail here. This one side's lower than the other side. So even though the leaf is sliding around on here some, it is in there. So now I'm going to open this jump ring back up that we've got that on, this on, the bottom one here. Just enough to slide this guy in and close it back up. So now the leaf is still sitting there, but it's now in a little triangular style. I wouldn't call it a jump ring, I'd call it more of a bail. And we're going to do the same thing for the second one. So since this one has a sharp edge on it, I'm going to cut that off. Then I'm going to take my pliers and I'm going to do that first bend. Then we're going to go up a ways. Now I didn't keep the other one out so I could verify how deep I made it. So I'll probably want to come over here and compare. So I want it about right here, looks like. Yep. So then we'll go. We've got the second one in now, and we want this last one. So now we want it to be about right here, maybe a little further down. That looks good. And do the next bend right here, and then we'll cut our excess wire off. Now, I could have, again, my this side looks like it's not where it should be. It's a little bit lower, but trim just a touch more off this side. Let's see how we're doing. Could take just a teeny bit more off this side as well. Now we're going to want to spread it enough to put our bead in. So pull our 2 wires apart, slide our bead in, then we're going to put them back together again. Oh, go in there. Now sometimes these squishing them together is easier with your flat nose because you can get to them better. You've got a wider surface to work with, so I'm going to get on either side and push these together. I don't think they are quite together. You can see this side peeking out over here. So we want to get that pinched together a little more. I think we're good now. And we're about the same as the other side. Maybe a little bigger. And that one still is looking like it's trying to peek out this side some. So I think we're good now. So now we just have to open the jump ring up here on this one. Slide our bead on. And now we're going to close it back up. And there we go. So there are our earrings. One going either direction. So didn't those turn out pretty? Now, when I would be wearing them, I'd wear the red to the inside by my neck because the yellow's a little bit shorter. But I think they turned out very pretty. So here we go. These are our finished earrings. I think they turned out really cute. So I'd be wearing them, well, the opposite direction. I would put the red to the inside since it's a little longer. And as you can see, they're about the same length as the ones I'm wearing. So there they are. Those I'm calling fruit salad. Aren't those pretty? I think they turned out very nice. They got the nice colors and everything in them. So, yeah, I like how they turned out. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.